I'm back. Alright, so how long do you think it's going to take me to put this together? I always want to make it faster than it actually is. We're just going to try. Hi everybody. Hi Kira. Kira? Lady Kyra. Kira is the girl from the Dark Crystal. Not you. You're Lady Kyra. I can words. Wow, I'm just so excited I can't pronounce things. And also Melon. Hi Melon. And also, Sierra, you're still awake. What are you doing still awake? I am a silly person. I am very excited about this. I've been thinking about these dresses for a long time now, and I finally get to put them together. This is, what am I saving this for? I'm saving this for possible head bow action. So I've got all my scraps, and also I don't need this going right now like this. It's all good. Oh, thanks. It would probably take me 2 to 3 days for a dress. I sew slow. I mean, I was known as the fast student in my class, but I still take my time because sometimes I dither on details. So I'm hoping that by having everything just prepared, cut out, ready to go, like all my bits and pieces like out in the open, that it would make it faster for me to just throw it together. I'm gonna sneeze. I hate it when this happens. Oh no! Achoo! Achoo! Okay. The cutting part! I know, it always takes the longest. Well, I'm hoping, like I said, just having everything already picked out will make this go by faster. Thank you! Sneeze and feel my pain. Oh no. A month isn't uncommon, really. It's fully lined though. Yeah, but it shouldn't take that long. It's, okay. Alright, let's see. Let's just see how far I get. I have my thread. I have the perfect thread for this. It's like a lemony yellow. I mean, the little dragon thing took me 3 days, but that was like sewing 4 hours a day. So if I was diligent and worked continuously for like an entire day, like starting at 8 in the morning, you know, like normal people do, until like the evening, I might actually just have a dress done in one day. I did finish the dragon! Oh, you didn't get to see the dragon? I'll bring dragon. I'll bring Flutterbug. Flutterbug is our new mascot. So we should have a little emote maybe with Flutterbug in it. So he is super cute. He was a pain in my ass to make. And he's not perfect, but he is mine. So there are a few things that I would do differently, but for now, this is Flutterbug in all his little shoulder dragging glory. And I love his little eyes. So if I were to make another one, which I have plenty of fabric to do, and this fabric is so hard to work with, I would need to get safety eyes, because they only come in like one pair at Joann's, and they only have the round irises. So they sell them in giant sets, and I want to get the slit eyes for dragon things, because I thought that would be fun, and they have them for like $14 on Amazon for like a whole set of them. But anyway, this is Flutterbug. He's a blue and pink dragon, just like my D&D NPC's fairy dragon companion. He's super cute. He's very squishy. So he's there. He will be our little sewing dragon. He's our sewing dragon. I wish I could put him somewhere where I could just like have him on the screen so you can see him all the time. I just love him. He is super cute. He's got the cute little eyes. I only have 2 hours a night if my son sleeps before 7:30. Oh, for sewing, yeah. Yeah, it's super cute. You saw, yeah, I posted on Instagram. I'm bad about the social media thing, but I'm trying to be better. So I did do that. I posted there and other stuff. I'm trying to, I'm trying not to panic because we're getting to the end of the month now, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make money so that I can pay my rent. So, like, so far commissions haven't come in, and I'm hoping that just by making, like, the way that I've done it in the past is I'll make a thing, I'll put it up on Etsy, and somewhere, somehow, they feel like they need to buy it, and so that really helps me out. So I'm kind of hoping that that's going to happen again, but so far it hasn't, so I'm just like, I'm just going to not think about it. I'm going to make a pretty dress, I'm going to post it up on Etsy, and we'll see what happens. So I'm waiting for the transfer so that I could take my serger in for repair. Thank you again very much for everybody's contribution for that. So that's going to be going into my business account so that I can use that for the repair charge. In the meantime, I need a bobbin. I need a bobbin. Do I? Oh, I do. Look, I do. One all ready to go in that color. I went to Comic-Con over the weekend, and it's lovely to go, and I've sold at Comic-Cons before, but it also makes me think, like, what kind of product would be viable to actually sell at Comic-Con? Because a lot of people have some repeat items, sourced items from third parties. You know, that as a retail, they'll get like wholesale prices for certain things. And I'm like, well, what can I bring to the table that's unique that people would like? Because clothes are expensive, and people don't want to spend more than $20 on any one thing. So what kind of small thing could I offer next to the clothes just to showcase that this is my main thing of what I do, but what little accessory or small item could I offer as part of that motif? Oh, and you know what I just realized? Well, one thing, I haven't decided which one of these should be the main centerpiece. Because one of these is a facing, and one of them will be the front piece. So I have this cute little one with 2 central unicorns, and then I have this one with this central image, and then this one leaping that way. I'm kind of feeling like this guy should be the main piece. I'm glad. It sucks when stuff pops up. Ironic rosette badges are getting popular, like nerd trash rosettes. What is the print on that? Yeah, accessories. The print on this is they're little unicorns in a forest. I don't know how well you can see that because I think I have the autofocus off. Can you see that? It's just a really cute Oxford woven fabric with little unicorn Pegasus. It's cute, right? And they only had like a little bit of this left in their store. I don't know if they're gonna restock this fabric in Modes for You, but when I asked for it, I didn't know if they would give it to me because of how little they had left. And then they sent me 2 meters, so I was just ecstatic that they did that. But now I'm like, well, I got this at Modes for You, but I don't know if they still have it. Still, it's the fabric quality itself is not an uncommon one, so I can at least comment on that. The print, though, it might be out of print now, for all I know. Anyway, so I will choose this piece to be my main shell piece. These will be the shoulder straps, so I'm only going to do 2 of these pieces folded in half instead of the 4 pieces that it required. I could have cut 4 pieces. I was being economical. So that's why I decided not to do that. But turns out I didn't really have to. I just did anyway. I won't be serging or overlocking the insides because it's going to be lined. So that's a thing. And now I will begin. And now it begins. So 1 centimeter seam allowance. It's darling. It's a perfect classic color too, right? That's when I saw that, I was just like, I'm gonna wear this. But then I'm like, I should probably sell this. But I love it. I love it so much. I wish I had an entire bolt of it just to make more. Let's see. We're gonna move this over that way and okay. And we begin the first stitchings. Oh! They have a... What? They have a blue colorway of this? Did I see that? I don't remember seeing that. Lucky! They have a blue colorway of the unicorn Pegasus in the forests thing. Can I speak? Can I say things? That's so cool. Most for you is the coolest fabric. Yes, post on the Discords. Post it. Alright. Woohoo! I don't have my walking foot, that's okay. I don't really need it. Usually it's my stock go-to attachment on this machine, but I don't really think I need it this time around. Alright. Well. We got a little unicorn butt sticking out on this side. I guess it should be okay. I'm not gonna be too worried about it. Okay. I'm just gonna keep on swimming. So hopefully whatever emotes I end up getting, I should be able to have stickers made of those. And I really want to offer merch. Because I like my logo. I think it's really cute. But something a little bit more snazzy with like my brand name on it would be really cute to wear as like a shirt. Or tote bag. We talked about this, didn't we? We talked about this. I repeat myself. I know. Alright, and I just realized I should probably be recording as I'm putting this together, so I'm going to go wide shot right now and start recording what I'm doing. So, we have the first piece here of the center front, side, and the side pieces, so now we're going to, well, you know what I should do is start applying the applique before I get ahead of myself. And I might need to butterfly this open just to reduce the amount of bulk that I have. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So sorry you won't be able to see my face, but I did tell Modes for You that I would be doing a video about this, so I have to... Oh no, my dragon! So I have to record stuff and then somehow find the energy to edit. You know how long editing takes? Editing takes so long that it makes me not want to do YouTube videos, but at the same time, I like doing YouTube videos. it's kind of a problem. So we're going to butterfly these open. Make sure we don't have that bulk in there while I'm applying the first set of the applique. You know, and so I did choose this applique for this particular print, and then I had this other applique that I decided to use for the dragon one, but I could just use the same one. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think I like the idea of having two different ones for the different prints. Can you see that okay? I don't know, this is me dithering. This is why it takes so long for me to sew stuff, because I'm like, maybe not. Maybe I'll do something completely different. Those are some nice pressed seams. So, okay. So I have this. It's nice and it's gentle. It's got very gentle lines. And actually, what I could do is just apply it over the seam. Or just off to the side of the seam. Or I could apply this one. And they're sort of the same off-white color. I think I like this one better. What do you guys think? Can you see it okay? Here, let me zoom up a little bit so you can sort of see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one. So I'm doing this first because this guy has to be applied over that seam, and I want this disappear into the seam. And then this curvature here acts like a dart, so that's why it's angled that way. So it's gonna have, you know, some form to it. Alrighty. I know I asked you guys and then I just kind of decided. Sorry about that. Alright, so we'll save that for the dragon print one. This one we'll start applying now. I just realized I have to change my color because this is an off-white and it's got, I have yellow right now as my Alright. Don't get excited. Let's use this. I'll just do it as my top color. I don't need to change my bobbin or anything. We're gonna have curry tonight, guys. And it's gonna be delicious. I bought 5 meters for Eris, Sticker Snatcher. Oh, is that her name? Should we just call her Sticker Snatcher from now on? Or Eris? I actually like Eris. That's a great name. That's a beautiful name. But I do know who you're talking about. Sticker Snatcher. Sticker Snatcher! Eris is her name, yeah. Beautiful name. And can we just take a moment to talk about how talented our Discord group is? And how gracious and wonderful everybody there is? I just love that group. I haven't been posting lately. I've been rather quiet, and that's partly my fault. I'm kind of just like that. I'm really bad about communicating online and participating, but those people, you guys all are amazing. And when I see like really good works and like people commenting on them and just it's just such a wholesome like place, don't you think? I'm so proud of you. You're all so beautiful. What time are you off? 10 o'clock? Okay. Well, we will see you tonight. Yes, good luck.
I'm probably going to spend the next 2 days at house packing the rest of my stuff up.
Okay. Alright, we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Alright. Melvin! Oh, I missed the first part of this dress, but I'm excited to catch this part. Oh, wonderful! Well, I am going to attempt a thing. One of these days, I am going to get a better setup for what my stitching should look like. I'm trying to set this up. I'm recording right now, but it's just video, so because I'm trying to put together a YouTube video that's edited. Let's see if this works. Alright, so we're going to put the applique on right now. So on this particular dress, it has applique Venice lace on these two seams, and here we go. And welcome, my friend. It's so nice to see so many familiar names in my chat right now. I was just singing the praises of our Discord group and how wonderful and lovely everybody is there. I tend to fall in love very easily, and by fall in love, I just mean that I love everybody when they show kindness to me. So I can go on. I can go on about it. And that's what I was doing just a minute ago. And we're just doing a very long stitch for this because it just needs to be applied. It doesn't need to be super reinforced. It's going to go into the seam anyway. Alright, there's one. I love the Discord group. Yeah. What pattern are you using for this one? I am using... it is actually a pattern from Otomino Sewing Book 1. It is... Let's see. I even had it. Did I have it? Yes, I do. Okay, so you will have it on Otomino Sewing 1, page 72. I may have posted it. If I didn't post it, that was silly of me. But I thought it might have been in class materials. If not, I do have a scan of it that I can share because I thought it'd be fun to maybe follow along with this pattern that I'm making. Oh my gosh. Tell me I did it on the right side. I did. So on the lace, this kind of lace, you have a right side and a wrong side. You can usually tell because the wrong side looks a little bit less kempt. So this one has the nice fine purling of the thread. So that's the side we're going for. And also, I should probably make sure it's going in the right direction. Yes, it is. Everything is fine. I have it going on the inside, so I'm going to place it on the same place. Right here. So, while I set this bit up... Oh, you actually have that book! Hooray! So I did go over the drafting of that pattern. Sierra, how comfortable are you with drafting? Have you drafted patterns from Otomino Sewing yet? I have notes. bad at drafting. All right. Hey, Cyberlex. Let's see. I'm back and ready for the sewing. Well, you're just in time. We got this. And I'm going to snip this right here because that's going to disappear into the seam allowance. All right, so we got this piece done. Let's see. So the next part that we're going to have to do is attach. I have chosen this piece to be the top portion of the bodice that we're putting together here. And then, of course, the notches are at the top here to place the straps. I'm doing the straps a little bit differently than last time, or than how they have it drafted in the book. I'm doing it just by folding them in half. I'm not doing the wide pleated bit, so that should be good. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. Yeah, this is going to give it shape. It's basically has a built-in dart in here. So let's get that sewing. Oh my gosh, really? The bodice thing again? It's not. How do we get that off? How do we get that off? I don't know why. I honestly, I need to get that off of the censoring is so stupid. Hey Melon, are you a mod? I think you're a mod, so you have mod abilities. Also, let me just double check here. The comm is awesome and there is plenty of conversation inspiration. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, I just wanted to catch up with some chat here. Done mostly my own patterns and a few Otome ones. Yeah, that bodice censorship thing is stupid. I don't know why it would, yeah. So, Twitch decides to censor some words that are stupid, like bodice. I don't know why. It makes no sense to me, but that's where we're at, so. that was it. That's what's going on. I know. Boning, I understand a little bit better why that would be censored, but in context to corsetry, I think we all know and understand that that is not what that means. Let's all clutch pearls! The Otome ones has helped a ton in understanding Japanese bodice shapes versus Western ones, even on something as simple as a princess line. Yeah, that's what really got me into understanding the anatomy of a Lolita dress, was when I actually ended up getting the very first Otome no Sewing book when it came out, because I was devastated that Goth Lolly sewing books were no longer in print, and then I discovered that because I was like constantly searching for it. So that started my adventure in collecting all of the Otome no Sewings. Every time it came out, I was front of the line. I was getting that thing. So I have a complete collection of them. But having gone into them and finally like experimenting, I had been trained in pattern drafting in school, but I didn't feel confident after being out of school for as long as I had by the time that I got those books. And that's what really got me back into pattern drafting again, was just step by step following the metric measurements that are on the diagrams. Actually, what I ended up doing first was doing the tracing. So I would trace it and get back into it. Got to learn how the bodices are shaped and what the skirts look like, where the placements for the straps were, shirring panels, all that stuff. And when I got comfortable with that, I started getting more comfortable with following the diagram numbers and just doing pattern drafting in the way that they show you. And then after that, I was like, okay, I think I got this, and so I started getting into pattern drafting from scratch again. It was like, it was a little bit of training wheels for me, and I couldn't be happier. It really got me back into what I wanted to do without fear of mistakes. And even though I did mistakes, it was like having your hand held a little bit, and it really just helped. I love drafting patterns from Otome no Sewing, and now I have the confidence to be able to modify them to my liking. Oh wow, what stupid word to censor, yeah. What is on that pattern? I'm on mobile, so it's a little small. Oh, yeah, so we have a motif of little unicorn Pegasus in a forest with forest animals. Let me see if I can bring it up to you a little bit better. I absolutely adore this fabric. I was ecstatic that they sent it to me. So that's what we're working on. We have this fabric, and we have another fabric that I was sent by Modes for You to collaborate with them on Make Lolita Fashion out of them. This is the dragons and castles motif. So both of these are going to be just very casual, fully lined though, with shirring panels in the back. Lolita dresses, jump skirts, and I wanted to show that you can make an entire jump skirt out of 2 yards or less. So it's pretty exciting. I have plenty of leftover fabric, even while cutting a 22-inch long skirt. I'm very, very excited about this. Okay, so with that done, I need to move this over because I need to do more, I need to do some more ironing. We're gonna iron. Yeah, it's super cute! It's super, super cute. I'm really liking my setup. But I gotta say that sometimes this camera is not as clear as I would like it to be. So I have goals. I have life goals. And one of those goals is to be able to use my DSLR camera to capture the overhead video. That way you guys can see better detail. So this is all in the future. One day I will be able to afford a life cam. Not life cam, what am I saying? That's the old camera that I had. The Cam Link. It's an Elgato brand accessory. So that I can hook up through HDMI my DSLR camera. Hopefully, one day, I will be able to do these things. But I think this is fine for now. You guys can see okay, right? I always worry that you're not seeing the detail that I think that you would get, that you should get out of this. 2 yards, good luck, oh my god. Oh no, it's already cut out, everything. I cut everything out. And I still have, here, I'll show you how much I have left. I cut the entire dress out, and I have enough left to make a decorative bow, a head bow. I won't be able to get waist ties, so this won't have waist ties, which is fine. Waist ties tend to be, you know, a personal preference that sometimes people just opt out of. But yeah, no, I got it all. I wanted to show you guys that you can do this out of 2 yards or less. And it's going to be fully lined, and it's going to have a pocket. So I do have a few notes on the pattern itself, because if you draft the pattern as it's listed or as it's printed in the book, there are some measurements that are kind of doesn't make sense. So if you wanted me to go over that real quick, I can. I do have that recorded, and eventually it will end up in the final video that this entire construction will be in. Because I'm going to go from start to finish. So I have the pattern drafting recorded and done, and then we're going to go into this construction. and I'll try to explain it there, but mostly the diagram was a little off or incorrect when it came to this top portion here. It really only had like this much as far as the measurement was concerned, so I had to look at the actual printed pattern on the pattern sheet to measure this and figure out what was going on and what the discrepancy was. The other thing that I wanted to mention, if you're going to be making this dress, is there is a discrepancy with the back panels. This, for some reason, was 2 centimeters shorter than the front piece. I'm not sure what it was about the way that they decided to list the measurements for this, but I ended up elongating this by 2 centimeters so that it matched the side seam of the front pieces when they're put together like this. It's quite weird, but we fixed it. We got it. It is no problem now. It is very odd. I agree. So that's another reason I kind of wanted to put this up, is like, hey guys, here's this really cool pattern, but let me tell you some things. Yes, pockets! I do 3 meters minimum, 4 meters for safety and extras like bows and ties and hats. Yeah, so, and okay, let me just keep going here. My skirt usually takes up most of the fabric, 2.5 meters hem, but I do box pleats often. Do you make YouTube videos? I do make YouTube videos. My channel is Modes for You. Modes for You? My channel is Mode a la Belle. This is Modes for You. I get all excited in my head, and then I start to not make sense. Mode a la Belle. You can find me there as Mode a la Belle, and I do have some time-lapse videos. I also do have a instructional video on a basic A-line skirt and how to draft the pattern from the book if you only have a diagram. So if you don't have the giant pattern sheet, you can still make the pattern yourself, and it's not as hard as you might think. So I have a video for that, and then some construction time-lapses. And so I'm trying to add to my repertoire here by showing you guys construction and pattern drafting of this dress while collaborating with Modes for You at the same time. Let's see. Also, my mission is to show people how to make Lolita fashion for themselves or to sell or whatever when it's not a rushed project. How to do it properly. I am a trained fashion designer. I've gone many years to school for this sort of thing, and every time I see like Lolita fashion tutorials online on YouTube, I just I have so many bad things to say about their technique. I mean, I usually keep it to myself, but I understand that they are going for expediency, and if you don't have skills or training, that there are shortcuts and easy ways of doing things, like ruffles. But my mission in life is to show you guys how to do the proper techniques for sewing this. I don't want you to do a rushed project. I want you to do a fine project. You know what I mean? I think I forgot to draft the side front of this pattern. I already folded everything up, grr. I've seen some of those tutorials and I agree. Yeah! And like I said, I understand that they're catering to people who may not have a lot of experience in doing this sort of thing. But I don't think there's anything wrong in showing people how to do things properly. And even I make mistakes, but you know, I'm teaching higher skills, I think, that you would only otherwise learn in school, or if you were working in a shop, you would know these things. So without having the benefit of going to school or having a mentor, the next best thing is having somebody who's had these things showing you online. As for the amount of yardage. For this particular pattern, I am omitting the ruffling that you usually see in the bottom. I'm making a plain rectangle skirt out of 2 panels, so it should have about 85 inches of hem. So it's going to be very full, but it's still easy to put together. Rectangular skirts are the easiest Lolita shape to make. It's not a circle skirt. It doesn't have like a cutout. So it's not a peekaboo. It doesn't have a bustle. It's not going to have the ruffles on the hem. But it's still going to be quite lovely, I think. I have a lace chosen for the bottom hem itself. I may even attach it to the lining, actually. But it's, let me see if I can, yeah, this stuff. So I'm going to put this lace all along the bottom in place of like having ruffled of the same fabric, because a lot of the time that's what takes up a lot of the yardage too, is the ruffling. If you have the same fabric and you need like strips and strips and strips, it takes up like almost an entire yard of just strips of fabric that eventually get ruffled and then applied to the hem. So that takes up a lot of yardage. But in lieu of that, it's going to be a more casual, less frilly, but still decorated, embellished kind of jump skirt. And I made it out of 2 yards or less. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like collecting. Every time I see lace that I like on AliExpress, I might have a problem and I'll just hoard it and buy it. But then in the end, I can look through my box of lace and then choose things. I have choices. I mean, this stuff I think cost me 15 bucks for about 20 yards of it. It's like better than anything you could find at Joann Fabrics. It's a mesh embroidered lace. This is the kind of lace that's more like tulle, so it's a little bit itchy. I would maybe caution you about using it around anything that touches your skin. But anything that goes around the hemline that's separating your skin from the hemline with a petticoat or something, this is perfect. And I have so much of it. It's just a great amount for exactly what I needed. Alright, so here's the top part now all sewn together with a little bit of lace applique. Before I continue with the front, however, let me see what I can put together. So this, we're going to have to put together the lining, and this is the back facing. This goes this way. That's why it doesn't need to have a particular direction for the print itself. It's just to even it out on the top. Let's see, I got pockets. One too many pockets. Let me see here. Oh, hey, Mouselin! Hot gluing fabric is just no. Yeah, that's a no. I've seen that. Yeah, no, it's what are you doing? Like, it's not durable, and when my friends say they've done it for cosplay, I'm just like, why? Even when I see people using hot glue for doll clothes, it takes like a minute to sew a pin on a pin. Like, what the heck, right? Yeah, I will say, I'm still trying to discover like the right time to use hot glue. There are, certain times that I think it is acceptable. When you are gluing fabric to fabric for something that is not to be stressed. So not a seam or anything like that. I have used it for hot gluing a fabric flower onto a fabric backing. That would be the only time that I use hot glue, and if it's going to be a hair accessory or a brooch or something like that, where the seam itself is not stressed from being worn. That is probably an acceptable application of hot glue. Hot glue does not apply to plastic or metal or anything that's smooth surface. There are very few instances where you should use it, and just be cautious of when you do. Otherwise, there's also other glues that I would prefer to use in lieu of hot glue, like E6000, which is a jewelry making glue. So, you know, you just have to be careful and understand your medium. Okay, so for this is the shell. Here, I'm gonna set this guy aside. This is a lining part, so I don't need that right now. Here's that. So this is what's probably going to take me a little bit of time. Yes, I did use the selvage just to eke out a little bit of fabric here, so that's what you're seeing. But that's going to be hidden inside of the seam allowance. For this guy, this is going to be a shirring panel. So before I put anything together, this is going to go like this. The curved part comes in here. But this needs to be constructed first. So I need to get, let's see, this is a facing, this is a facing. I need to get the shirring panel that we're going to use. Here's this. And I reinforced the satin lining because this is the cheap satin. And it's already fraying on me, and I don't want it to pull apart when it's being worn. So in order to prevent that, I went ahead and reinforced these seam lines with that really fine tricot interfacing that I have, the Pro Deluxe interfacing. Oh yeah, see, E6000 is dreamy. I use hot glue in crafting with hair clips, but not for seams, and only when it's not going to be visible. Yeah, so, and you can't hot glue whatever the piece is to the barrette or the clip or whatever, because it won't stick. So it's really only good for fabric on fabric when you're making an accessory. So yeah, we agree on that. And E6000 is amazing. I have a thing of E6000 and have yet to use it for anything. Oh, you'll find a use for it. You'll see. You'll get there. Now let's see. So I need to think now. Let's see here. I think this is the back piece. Okay. The back piece is going to get this little bit. It's going to look like that. This is the front center. I think this is the other back piece. Yes, it is, because it has 2 notches. That's our back. Where's my other piece? I just had it. Oh, it was camouflaged. It was camouflaged. Like a fawn in the woods. Yeah, that looks about right. So I need to attach my back facing to my back side lining. And that's what we're gonna do. I'm confused just watching all those pieces. I understand. That's why lining is a little bit more advanced, because you have facings that are attached to the linings, and then you have to make sure that you have an inventory of all your pieces, making sure they go in the right spaces. I make that mistake actually more often than I care to admit. I have confused my side front and my side backs and mixed them up and then had to undo entire seams, and it was a very sad day. It was a very sad day. And that wasn't even that long ago. In fact, you even see it in the YouTube video that I have for the skirt, that A-line skirt construction video. Yeah, I totally messed up the construction order of things, and you know, that's on me. I take it. I will take responsibility. I briefly worked in a factory where I had to learn bundling. And it's where certain pieces were bundled together, or whole bundles of a certain size were bundled together, and you had to keep track of the ply, make sure that the same ply was going to be sewn to its own same ply. Ply number 1 only got sewn to ply number 1, for instance. But yeah, it takes some practice and some certain organization techniques that even I goof up once in a while. Let's see. How long have you been sewing for? I can say with confidence now, I have been sewing for 20 years. And I teach sewing, or at least I did last semester. I guess they haven't called me back for this semester, which might be an enrollment thing. But I did teach production sewing at the community college up north where I live in Santa Fe. Okay, so for this guy... Ooh, same! My mom would say I've been sewing longer, but I'm not counting before I could do it on my own. Wait, you guys have been sewing the same amount? You've been sewing for 20 years? Or what's same? Tell me, explain. Explain your answer. I want to be part of this conversation properly. Sometimes I fail. Oh, I've been sewing for 20 years or a little more. 20 odd years. Awesome, guys. Yay, kindred spirits. Yeah, I started sewing when I was 18. My mom finally taught me after I begged and begged and begged. And then she told me, you'll get bored of it. And then I'm like, no, I won't. I want to go to fashion design school. And she's like, well, all right then. And I did. And I learned a lot of stuff. And then I kind of surpassed her in her sewing skills because she was just a home sewer. My mom taught my sister and I when we were little for 4 hours, and she had a sewing business on the side. And Sierra says, started with repairs and awful decisions. Don't we all start with awful decisions? I mean, I think so. I got my mom to teach me to sew when I wanted to make my own Renaissance costume for a Renaissance fair. And then, because I was still in high school, it was like the last semester of my high school career, I managed to get my madrigal group booked for the Renaissance fair so that we could go in for free and also perform. And then all of a sudden my madrigal group all needed costumes. So after making my own costume, I just took the same costume pattern and made it 4 more times by myself after my mom taught me the first time. And I'm just like, yeah, I like this thing. I like the sewing thing. I want to do this forever now. And then I decided to go into performing arts. And I did that for 2 years before I'm like, I think I need a career that'll make me money. And so I tell my mom, I want to go to fashion design school. She's like, finally, you chose a thing. And I'm like, yes, I chose a thing that's not a thespian. So I did. Okay. So from here, I need to do my marking. I think I did. I marked here. Okay, good. We're going to do some more ironing. Because I gotta do these guys, flatten that out. And I gotta mark with an iron where my casings are gonna go. And this is a trick I learned by watching a Baby the Stars Shine Bright video. I learned how to mark with an iron. They had a tour or something of the factory where Baby the Stars Shine Bright is manufactured. And I learned so much about how Lolita is manufactured by these people. And one of them is the way that they mark their placement by ironing. I'm like, that's a good idea. I'm taking that. And I did. Okay, that actually needs to be the other way. It needs to be this way. Stupid. Boop-a-doo. The Ren Fair costumes of shame. I don't know. Mine came out okay. I'll share them sometime. I was pretty proud of it. I still have some of the pieces. I don't have the chemise anymore, but I do have the bodice. It was actually more of like a costume. You guys remember the movie Ever After? The pink satin is so pretty. Thank you. It's also a pain in the ass. And, oh, 4-H. Oh, 4-H. 4-H club. Yes, I am now familiar with what that means. So, like, we had to make things to enter into the fairs for judging and whatnot. 4-H is actually kind of everywhere. So I am familiar with 4-H. I just didn't read it that way because it's been a while. Mine came out okay, and I used the terrible Baroque satin from Joann's. My Ever After dress was okay. So I had that pattern that was really like the Ever After costume. So my mom chose that as my Ren Fair costume that we were going to make. And I still have, it had like cuffs, like these cuffs here, and then it had like a short corsetry bodice thing. It's not really period at all, but that was the first thing I learned how to make, and it actually came out pretty nice. And then I ended up making that for my madrigal group, and it was acceptable. It was fine. We looked the part, and we had different colors, but we had the same like design. So we were same but different but same. And it looked great. I was pretty proud of it. There were others that I made subsequently, which were perhaps more shameful. Let's see. So the first row is going to be in here. Yep. So 1 centimeter, about 1 centimeter, maybe a ½ inch, below the seam line at the top is going to be 1 casing. So that's what I'll follow when I'm doing this. The others, however, are going to be, I have them marked on the sides. So I'm just going to fold them on the edges where I have my notches and just kind of try to line up the fold so that it's nice and straight. And then I'm going to just iron that line. And then when I'm sewing my casing, which is going to be coming through this satin as well, I'm going to follow this crease that I just made about a 1/4 inch above and below. And that'll give me the right amount of casing to pull in a piece of elastic. So I'm going to do that a few more times here. See, how many do I have? 1, 2, and 3. Really? Again? Tavern wench is fine. We're talking about Ren Fair, for goodness sake. So it really doesn't like the word bodice, does it? My cat is hogging the bed. It has pushed me to the edge. Most of my Ren Fair costumes were of the Tavern Wench style variety. Okay, fair, fair. Does marking the casings like that throw off the length of the fabric? I don't think so. I'm making the crease now, and then I'm gonna flatten it out a little bit, so it should all be even. Just doing the preliminary creasing. I gotta find if there's a list or something that I can allow certain words. It just does not make sense to me that those words would be censored. We're talking about sewing, for goodness sake. Okay, I'm not using steam. I'm just kind of flattening a little bit, and I can still see these creases. I don't know how well you can see them, but when I'm sewing this, I'll be able to see the creases themselves. You know, and I'm wondering if I should, if I have it here, and just like follow the lines a little bit below. Maybe that would work out better. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I mean, so long as the casings are straight and within a certain interval, I don't see that it would be a problem to have it. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I made one in a maroon jacquard fabric and had to add an extension to the bodice because it was too low cut for me. Oh, the second comment about maroon was associated with an ever after dress. I actually still have that ever after dress pattern too. I do too. I have that pattern. I actually found it in a I found it in a thrift store, and I was ecstatic when I saw it there. I'm like, no way! I'm getting this. This is mine now. So, oh, I forgot to do these. Yeah, I was pretty excited. Okay, I'm going to do that. I like the pattern. The chemise is actually pretty useful if you're into SCA at all. It's a really nice chemise pattern, just like basic chemise. But again, it's not very historically accurate. Oh, now I'm wondering if I should make this go this way. I think that might look better. Okay, we got our lining pieces now. It's slowly coming together. And then we have our piece here. So when we put this together, I still like question whether or not I should put these together first. Let me see here. This would go this way, and this would be on this side. So putting in a lining can be a little tricky. That's why it's kind of more of an advanced thing to do. But see, once it's applied this way, because this needs to be finished first. This is the first thing that needs to be done. And then, I think, how did I do this before? Oh shit. I just realized something. How did I do this before? I did do this once. I promise that I did this once. Hang on, I need to stop my recording real quick, because I think I'm wasting space on my hard drive. Let's see, actually, I might have a different pattern than yours. Mine didn't have separate chemise. Oh, okay. That's entirely possible. I can share sometime. I'll share all my my first Renaissance things. But anyway, I looked at one of my Baby the Stars Shine Bright dresses once to figure out how to put in the lining, because we still have to attach the skirt. And there was a way. There was a way to do it. Anyway, I can't dither on this too much. See my dithering! I'm dithering! Again with the dithering! I do think you do need to put in this bit first. You have to put in the casing, or do you? And then attach this with this, and then like flip it over. And before you close it up, you put in the elastic, and then you have this kind of like this, and you sew it closed. So it's like this. But the skirt, that is the one that I need to remind myself how to do. Oh, the trials and tribulations. Alright, we're gonna set this aside just for a minute, and while I'm thinking about the construction of applying the lining, I can do at least the lining of the front. So I'm gonna do this. Oh, just had to hug Riley while Mom and Bro took Krista out for a midnight walk. Aw. Okay. Hooey. Bad just now. Got a fluff ball out of nowhere. Okay. Put this together. Oh, the fraying is real. So you guys, I want to ask you a question. If I were to start offering merchandise, I hate calling it merch. I think it's so, I don't know what I think it is, but it doesn't sound right to me. If I were to offer something with my cute little logo on it, what would be the first thing you would prefer to see or get? Like a shirt or a tote, a mouse pad, I don't know. Because I think it's up between a tote and a shirt. Oh no. Oh no. No you don't. No you don't. No you don't. Shirts are always useful. But then again, so are totes. Like, especially with the shopping bag bans that have been happening a lot recently. And you know, we want to help the environment, so reusable bags, right? But shirts are always a good thing. I like my logo and all, but I want something a little more colorful. I'm trying to think of what I can do to spice it up. My illustration skills are subpar, I feel. I really need to practice that a little bit more. But having like a, I don't know, like a fashion illustration of a Lolita dress, maybe, as an image, I thought would be really cute. Oh crap, I keep forgetting my state is banning plastic in March and forgetting to bring my bags. Oh, yeah. That's another thing I actually thought about offering to make to sell at conventions and stuff is reusable bags out of really cute prints. Okay. So that's done. I'm more likely to use a shirt, but living in the UK makes things hard to support folks outside UK. They put bags up from 5 pence to 35 pence here, which is crazy. Yeah, I always have my bags rolled up in my purse. I have these really cool bags with just snaps on them. They've been with me for years, and so I'm almost never one of those people who's like, whoops, I don't have my bags, because I'm like, they're just rolled up in my purse, and I have 3 of them, and they're huge when they're unrolled. So if I could teach people how to make those, that'd be cool. But yeah, they're like 10 cents a bag here too, which would be about 5 pence, I think, for you guys. I think you're still a little bit stronger than the dollar, so that's my guess. I mean, it's all in the name of the environment, right? For the good of the environment. So I can't really complain too much. People used to have reusable everything at one point. Suddenly plastic came into the scene, and it's like, now we're ruining our planet. Okay, so that is butterflied open, and we get to apply the second bit, this one. We usually bring tote bags, but for getting them on a monthly shop feels like it will break the bank now. Oh. Well, yeah, that's why you have to have the kind that I've got. I mean, these guys have been with me forever, like I said. And I have 3 of them at any given time in my purse. And my purse is not big. Yeah, I think I've got all 3 of them in here. I sure do. So check these out. These are my shopping bags. So I have 3 of these, and they unfurl into huge bags. So I always have shopping bags. They're enormous. I have the snaps. I have a bunch of these snaps, and you can get so many for really cheap online. If you ever wanted to like get into making shopping bags to sell, like reusable ones, these guys are, they have a really good design to them. I just snap back up, and then I've got 3 of them. Yeah, they are, and they're different prints, and these are made out of nylon. I was just thinking of making them out of cotton. But stuff like ripstop is probably better. Okay, so let's see. We're going to do this part now. Let's see here. I'm so excited for dinner. We're gonna have curry tonight, and it's gonna be so good. I might be a little hungry. Maybe. Probably. Most likely. No, I am hungry. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. So yeah, so Sierra, it really is late over there. What is it, like, geez, 1 in the morning? Is it 1 in the morning? It's late. Oh, Lady Kara, you made chicken Alfredo. 12:30. Okay, I was half hour off. I mean, I should know this. It's not 1 in the morning if it's 5:30 here. It's an hour, not half hours. But yeah, so it's pretty late. Oh my gosh. What are you doing still awake? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I appreciate your company. So this needs to go this way. So I'll probably end up doing some understitching as well on this, whereas I did not do that on the one that I'm wearing, so the facing on this guy keeps popping up. It's a little bit annoying, but like I said before, it was like a super quick, like I just need to see what this looks like finished kind of project. Cool, that looks good. That's looking very nice. I love it when pressing and ironing make things look so perfect and beautiful. I'm like, yes, perfect seams. It's kind of an obsession. Alright, so for here, no, we should probably think about this now. I need to think! To think. What time is it now? 5:30, that's right. So if I put this guy on this side. So we're gonna have the zipper over here. I usually put it on the under the left arm, or right on the left side. So this is the back side piece, and that's going to be attached to the right. And then we're gonna have to think about the way we apply the lining itself. So this is going to be loose until this is finished. Okay, I guess I can at least do the straps. I can at least do the straps while I consider carefully how I am to put the lining together with a shirring panel. Oh, and also let me not forget that the shirring panel is also going to have this corset lacing, the scallop corset lacing on either side of it. So we'll have the corset lacing as you see in a lot of jump skirts, or OPs and jump skirts. So you have this on either side with the corset lacing and a shirring panel just to make it look cute. So I do have that. I don't want to forget to apply that either. Let's see. I had spaghetti for dinner, and you said existing. Sarah said existing, lol. Took some night nurse, so hopefully that will help me sleep. I feel a little warm, so sleep will be nice when it eventually comes. This feels like a man flu. Oh no! I love the colors. Thank you. I do love the colors too. Okay, so for this guy, I could, I just realized too that I did not interface the facings, which I think it should be fine. It's supposed to be a casual dress anyway. It doesn't need to have so much reinforcement. So I probably won't do that either to the shoulder straps. And, although maybe the shoulder straps should have it, because it is going to carry a lot of the stress and the weight of the dress when it's worn. That means that I need to get my interfacing down. So that's the only thing that's going to have interfacing as far as that's concerned, which is fine. Do I have some extra interfacing in here? Sometimes I can find it. Sometimes I have it. Perhaps not this time. Oh, what's that in? No. Sometimes. Something else. Okay. And what interfacing are we using, everybody? Do you know what interfacing is the only interfacing to be used? That's right, Shape Flex or cotton woven. No substitutes will do. So I think what I'll try to remember next time when I'm using the other fabric is a little bit finer. So what I'll probably end up doing is interfacing the facings there. But I don't think this one needs it. It does have a little bit more, I don't want to say bulk to it. It's just a little bit hardier just by nature of the weave. Yeah. needs to be ironed. Is there a commercial or something? I wonder. I have no idea when those things happen. Do they happen? Like in the middle of my stream? Trying to make sure I don't have little lints. I attach this stuff. Okay. I haven't gotten any ads on your channel. I've never seen any commercials. Oh, good. I mean, I think that's good. So that way it doesn't get, like, interrupted. I think there's a commercial at the beginning. I don't know. I'm still learning about how this works. I've been only doing this for, like, a year. But I'm still learning. I pay, oh, maybe that's what, yeah. No, subscribers don't get commercials. So that's a benefit. If you're a subscriber, you don't get commercials. I love this interfacing. Why? Because it won't melt on you when you're applying pressure and heat. It's still Pellon, but the difference is in that it's cotton and not polyester pressed stuff. I'll do this. I got one today, but I don't always. I do have you a perma open on a tab, though. Oh, how nice. So does it, like when I'm online and you're just around, does it suddenly like play something and you're like, what the heck is that? Like randomly you're just walking around your house and suddenly there's sound. I have been surprised by these things before. Like, I have no idea why it started playing an ad, and I'm like far away in another room. And it's because I have a tab open sometimes with somebody's channel, and then they start streaming, and I don't know it. Okay. Shoulder straps done. I have to click on the tab for it to do that. Oh, so, okay, that is fair. It might be because I have the Twitch app open, and sometimes I'll have it on somebody's channel that suddenly starts playing like an auto-hosted channel. Okay. Alright, so you guys, I want to show you what I'm doing here. Let me see if I can get it down to the level. I'm gonna move this camera down here so you can see kind of what I'm doing. Hopefully. I gotta get a better thing for this. This is nutty. Okay. Alright, so we're doing tubes. These are the shoulder straps. So I'm just going to fold these in half. This is not the original pattern. I decided not to cut out 4 pieces to do the pleated shoulder strap, but instead I'm just going to do a single like folded piece here. So I am going to make sure that's at 1 centimeter. Make sure it's lined up properly. And we're closing one end. Kind of stopping there. Yeah, I'm going to give it a little bit less of a seam allowance on the side just to make sure that I have enough room to turn it. So that's going to be at 1/4 inch probably. It's probably closer to 1/4 inch. Okay, so I'm just making sure my edges are even. Noticing as usual. Oh, no worries. You didn't get to see my face because I've been trying to have like just top view, tabletop view for a while I'm recording this stuff. So, but thank you. I just click around 9ish and poof, you appear. How convenient. Alright, we're going to do the other one now. I'll just get these both done before I show you my awesome tube turning. That's good. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay. Alright, back to the table. Move this out of the way. So, I might need to do this. I don't think I have a choice right now. Trying to cut down on bulk here at the ends. Usually I do not like cutting my corners this way, but this is super reinforced and I need to turn it out. Now let's see if my tube turning is going to work with this thickness. So I've got my tube, and then we're going to stick this guy right in here. Think it will work? Maybe. I think I've done it this wide before. Cool. Seems like it worked. this out. That tool is awesome. It really is. You know what it is? It's drits. It's a drit system. There were other systems that were more expensive that were like all metal, but I managed to find this online. It's a Drits brand tube turning. I'm just pulling out the corners now to make it nice and neat, and there we go. So I just have to press that, but we'll do the other one first before I get the iron out again. Just gotta make sure that there's enough excess so that I could start it. You just have to scrunch it up a little bit and give it some resistance so that it turns. Looks all right. Gotta pull these corners out, and then we are set and done for the straps anyway. Sometimes you can roll out the corners and do this to get it to be more cornery. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, one more time, and then I think it's going to be time to call it a day. I'm going to press these, clean them up, because I got to ponder. Oh. Why though? Yeah, I gotta ponder myself a solution. I have done it before, but I'm just like, wait a minute, how did I do this again? On putting in the lining when you have a closed back piece that way. Not bad. Just reinforced enough, so that should be pretty good as a shoulder strap. And if I wanted to, I could maybe take a little bit of this stuff and apply it as an applique. It could be cute if I wanted to do that. Oh, thanks! Just ordered one. Will arrive Wednesday. 2 sizes? Oh, I have one with 3 sizes in it. Is it the same brand? I assume so. Because I actually didn't find any other brands that had a reasonable price point for loop turners, or tube turners rather. Huh, just the 2 sizes. Interesting. Well, maybe I have seen that before. I don't know why I got the 3 size one, but it sure is useful. You just gotta make sure that it's a tube that you're turning, and then if you want to do like rouleau, which you can totally do it, you just need to make sure that the end is closed, and then when the rouleau are ready to be cut, you just cut it open on the end. Shoulder straps. Amazon. You can find anything on Amazon. Just about. Cool. We got some shoulder straps. Shoulder straps. It's gonna be cute. I hate to say goodbye. But, you know, I think it's time. So, I will end recording. That is enough for today. We got a lot done. I mean, we got a lot done. I'm just looking here. To be fair, we did this bit, we did the front part, we put together the lining and the facings, we did shoulder straps. Pockets are cut out already, so we did some applique. So I think that's not bad considering I started from cutting everything out to getting to this point. So if I continue on this tomorrow, who's to say I won't finish it tomorrow? I think we're doing pretty good. I really like this front part though. It's gonna have another line at the top too, just like here. So it's gonna be really fun. Enjoy your curry. Thank you, I will. You gotta eat and sleep. See you next time. Thank you so much everybody for joining me today, and we will see you tomorrow. So have a great evening, and for now, bye-bye.